You know, the epiphany stage for a lot of people, especially women, and we're going to be discussing this woman here in this video, is around 28 to 32 years old. Around that age is when a lot of women, it just like hit them about, what they've been doing in their 20s, where they going in their life, if they don't, it isn't where they want to be. And usually at that epiphany stage, you start really seeing them start transitioning out of certain things that they were doing, saying, thinking, certain things, and it became stupid to them. Hanging around certain people is just not the business for them anymore, because they are, realizing that, wait a minute, life, it has to be about, things that actually matter. Case in point, you have this woman in this video, she says she's 31 years old in the epiphany stage of her life. And I want you to hear exactly what she has to say.
Man, I feel lied to by the culture. But I'm going to take full responsibility there, man. I fell for it. I fell for the boss, the I could do everything by myself, that hyper independent bullshit. And I'm 31 now and I still don't have kids. I still don't have a family. I was focused on trying to get after the bag and all this. Yo, what? I'm in a place now in my life where I'm reevaluating everything. My values, my perspectives, what I really want in the future. And what I really want is a family. I feel like social media or just everything around us, society in general, wants to push that the woman is the future. No, the family is the future.
Now, I want to give a shout out to her for taking personal responsibility, for her life. And that's good. Instead of saying it was that guy, this guy, oh, well, he didn't treat me right. Well, I should have been married by then because she took responsibility for her life. And when you take responsibility for your actions, you then at that moment can start making plans and fixing them, right? Now, she pointed out social media, and I have been saying, really social media has been very damaging to a lot of women because unfortunately women influence each other, and they influence each other sometimes for good and sometimes for bad. Now, she mentioned that get the bag. Let me tell you something. I have the belief is that you can have it all. Now, what I mean by you can have it all, you can have the family that she's talking about and still get the bag. Why don't you get with your husband and y'all get the bag together? You talking about being a boss, and y'all like to use a word I don't like to say with women. You can be a boss with your husband in y'all company. Y'all can do that together. You got the family, you got the company or companies. You can do all that together. You don't have to not have a family just to have things. And I'm telling you, things are what they are, things. You will gain things, you will lose things. Many of you have had cars, clothes, you've had jewelry, you've had all kind of different things over your life, right? And at the end of the day, it does not really mean anything. This time of year is when the sting of not having family hits most people. The holiday season, we just passed the Thanksgiving holiday. Of course, in the Black community, we don't celebrate no situation where they celebrate. We more so it's a friends and family day for us. When we are celebrating with friends and family, getting together and having meals and laughing and doing different things we're doing, when you don't have someone in your life, it really stings you a little bit more. The Christmas holiday is coming up, New Year's. Sometimes that stings people around that time of year because they say, I went another year and I still don't have anybody. I still don't have a family. Like, what is going on, right? Having a family is important. It is natural to want to have a family. Listen, all this, I'm going to be single, I'm going to do this and that. You're only supposed to be single for a time and then you have your family. And that goes for men and it goes for women. It goes for both. When you want family, let me tell you different instances when you really need family, when you're really going through something. Now, if you have nobody, you just in the house by yourself going through something. Okay, you got an animal. Animals don't talk. They don't. Animals are great. Dogs are great. Cats are great, but they don't talk. They can't talk to you. But you know who can talk to you? Your husband. You know who can talk to you? Your wife. That's who can talk to you. Or you're not feeling well. Or you even in the hospital. It's much easier to deal with certain things, even in your health, when you have your husband there or your wife there. I remember one time, I was taking a medication. It didn't agree with me. It caused my blood pressure to drop. Just to a level that it shouldn't be for me. I end up, passing out. I didn't know I passed out a few years ago. And my wife was with me right there in the hospital. I didn't know what was going on. Never had that kind of issue before. And, my little girl was concerned. She saw me, she saw me going in the ambulance. My little girl was like, crying and my daddy and all that. And, I felt so helpless at that moment. I really did. But my wife was right there with me every step of the way. Every step of the way she was there. She didn't leave. She didn't do any of that. If I didn't have my wife, I'd have been in there by myself. Nobody to look out for me. Nobody to say anything. Nobody, right? It's moments like that have me saying, like, when I hear y'all talking about you just want to be running around being single, I'm like, why? You know what I'm saying? Even if you have a girlfriend, you go in the hospital, they won't let your girlfriend go in certain areas. Your wife can go, or your husband can go, not your boyfriend, not your fiance, your husband or your wife. Or even when you take trips, sometimes you want to take trips with your man, ladies, not always with a bunch of women. It's totally different when you go on a trip with your man, with your husband, getting married, having children, and you having your husband there, helping you raise y'all children, building a legacy like we have always done for thousands upon thousands of years. Anything that's anti-family is anti-godly. Let's call it what it is. God has called us to have a family. Some of you say, well, I ain't trying to have no family. Why? Everybody ain't got to have a family. You know what? That's fine for you. If you want a dog or a cat or whatever you want, do that. But the majority of people don't want to be alone. They don't. It is meant for men and women to get together and build viable families, have children. You can have a dog too, but you can have all of what y'all saying that you want and still have a family at the same time. Of course, within reason, because it's okay to make money, but don't let the money make you. That's what that is. And that conversation about get the bag, that's your money making you. I got a status because I got some money. And let's call it what it is, ladies. The majority of y'all status comes from a job. Or, you know what I'm saying? It don't really come from a lot of y'all businesses. Some of y'all got a business, but what if the business dries up? Business, that happens with business. I've been through lots of ups and downs in business, right? Times you great up here and then times you got to bite the bullet and just go through it. Or what if your company downsized? There's a lot of layoffs happening right now. So you built your whole reputation and who you are based off that job that they just downsized, laid you off, phased out your job. And then now you go from all that income, remember you single, to nothing. Now, what if you had your husband? You had that job, his job. Let's say if they phased your job out, your husband say, baby, look, we got it. We're gonna get through this. You'll get something even better. We got it. You know what I'm saying? That reassurance of your man telling you that when you even lose something. Or the reassurance of having your husband when you say, you know what, I'm going to take a month or two off before I even look for anything. And he was like, okay, hey, do what you got to do. Versus if you're by yourself, you got to hurry up and try to find something right now. You couldn't even think straight. See, that's the difference with having a family versus being by yourself. And like I said, this applies to men and women. Because you got guys that want to go with this woman, always chasing a skirt. And then sometimes they want to wait till they get old. To now you want to get a woman now. Now you want to do it. Now, I personally believe, just my opinion, I've said this before, I don't think men should start looking to marriage till they get about the age of 30. Why 30? Is because I believe at 30, if you mature in the right, the way men's supposed to mature, by 30, he should be kind of setting his career by 30. If he was a mature guy, his maturity level is much different at 30. So by that time, and then let's say, okay, you're 30. You want a girl I would suggest you get a woman no younger than 25, just be honest with you fellas. Even if you're 30, whatever. But it's you. I mean, at 22, 21, she still got some maturity to do. But by 25, 26, she should be kind of, mature if she kind of go on the right trajectory. And like I said, this woman, the man can say the same thing. You set up there, played, and then now you're older, and now you don't have nobody either. You going home to nothing. It works both ways, and that's why I always want to say in these videos, I was saying that we got to bring more balance to this, because you have so many narratives going that's not based in reality. And I don't want y'all to listen to nothing I say and try to enact it, and it doesn't be something you can enact in reality. Some of the things these people say on these podcasts is not reality. It sounds good for clicks and views, but it's not reality. And I don't want to lead you in directions so that you can't apply this in your everyday life. Family is important. Maintaining family, maintaining relationships, of course it takes work. Of course. You're dealing with different human beings, of course. But you know what? It's better to deal with any of that than being alone and not having nobody. So let's say if you are alone, don't have nobody. Let's say this lady, she wants somebody, right? Well, now you may be in a good spot to get that particular person. And if you're dating, let people know, I'm not dating to be dating. I'm dating to get married. And put that on your profiles if you're doing that sort of thing. Let people know you're dating to be married. You're not you're not late. So don't think you're going to lay down with me the first day you meet me. I'm not all, you can cut off a lot of guys right there. Ladies, if you let them know I'm looking to be married. I'm not looking to date. So I'll date to, of course, become a relationship, but let them know up front. It's better to weed them out than them playing games with you. It's just that simple. Family is more important.